All right, everybody. So back with the three theophanies of Moses. So the other day I did the teaching on the first theophany, or the first God encounter of Moses, which was the story of the burning bush. And the second one I'm actually not going to teach on because I already did a video on it that I'm going to post up on the highlights called The Great Iconoclast. But basically that one covers the dark cloud of unknowing, when Moses is invited by God up into the dark cloud of unknowing. So that one will be posted on the highlights. It's called The Great Iconoclast. Now the third theophany of Moses is what I'm going to be referring to as the void. And that is actually the story of when the goodness of God passes by Moses. So when we look at that theophany, it's really interesting that God says to Moses that you will not see my face and live. And so how can the author, the creator of life, of abundant life, actually bring death to somebody? Well, it doesn't exactly say that. And if we see a few chapters before, Moses is actually in the tent of meeting talking to God face to face as one talks with a friend. So what's going on here? Well, it's interesting because I think that what God is trying to show Moses in this is that you cannot talk face to face to me and truly be living. Okay, he's not saying that he's going to die. He's saying that I'm going to teach you a deeper way to know me. I'm going to teach you a deeper way to communicate with me and live in my presence. And so basically, the way Moses saw God before is face to face as one talks with a friend. So there's two things that we see here. One is that he's talking to God as an other, as something outside of him, right? And the second thing is that he's basically has a concept of God formulated in his mind, in his finite mind. He's talking to God as another, and he has a finite concept. He's talking to him like a friend. And so God says, you cannot see my face and live. He's like, you cannot conceptualize me in your little finite mind and imagine me as something other than you and something outside of you, and only as like a friend, like a concept. So I'm going to take you into a deeper place here. So first off, I'm going to take you up on a rock, because after all, Moses, you must have forgot the rock that you were cut from, that you come from the very presence and the very material of God. And first off, you got to realize that. Secondly, I'm going to teach you to go into the void here. So I'm going to put you in this cleft of the rock. I'm going to put you in this space of the rock, of the very rock that you came from, to go and sink into your primordial beginning, where you can basically go to the void, where there was just nothing but limitless potential and spontaneity and creativity. And I'm going to teach you how to live from that void, beyond ego, beyond yourself, and seeing from and living from God. And so this is what I think is trying to be communicated in the third theophany of Moses. And we're actually going to take a further look at this in real time, what it looks like in real time, with a New Testament flair to it, as done by the Master Jesus. God bless.